Florida, we're #1 in the country for drowning.
Wow.
And the reason for that is because we're now in a soft generation.
We welcome the most controversial swim instructor ever, Coach Nico.
She just hit me up. She's like, I just want to thank you for the classes you gave us because my 2-year-old fell backwards into the pond and he was able to get out on his own.
That's insane.
And so I go there and the cousin are telling me she tries to control you too much. She's got to like chill. And then she finds out that I'm there. She's like, how dare you go over there? That's such disrespect. The fortunate part was that I got out.
If you go to Colombia, just don't fall in love.
What's the process of starting to work with a kid up until the point where then you could throw them in from outside and they'll find the ledge and swim?
So it varies for each kid, but on average, it can take like 3 to 6 months.
Wow.
I even gotten like death threats from people, some hood ass motherfuckers.
Really?
Probably can't swim. They're gonna be traumatized. They can't do that. They're gonna hate the water. I want them to like the water. It's like they gotta earn it. If your kid cries to go to the dentist or go to the doctor, go to school, so you're not gonna take them anymore, it's the same thing. Swimming is the most important skill to learn.
But has there been any time where maybe there was an issue because of, maybe it wasn't your fault, but something could have gone wrong?
No.
Perfect record, eh?
Yeah, man. It's more like mental training. You gotta get used to going under the water. I just get them.
Welcome back to the MBH podcast. Money buys happiness, guys. Thank you so much for clicking in. All right, we love you. You know that. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Merch is out. MBHTV.com. Follow us on Snapchat. 150,000 followers. We are growing. Exclusive content there. You know what to do.
Shop that merch, though.
Yeah, merch.
The speed shades.
Really?
Come on.
You guys haven't caught the speed shades already?
You got to go fast.
Come on, man. Come on, bro.
All right, guys.
Let's go.
Our guest today has continued to go viral for his content that's garnering hundreds of millions of views on Instagram. We welcome the most controversial swim instructor ever, Coach Nico.
Let's
What's
go.
up, baby?
Let's go, brother.
What an man, that gave me goosebumps.
Let's
man.
go, baby.
Man.
First, before we get going, we're going to have a shot.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to toast to your success so far.
Yep.
Toast to that outfit you're wearing right now.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Big
And
fit.
if you're listening to this episode, stop and watch it because of his fit. That's
That
it.
goes
That's all I'm
hard.
saying.
Guys,
thanks,
Rock and
man.
Roll Tequila.
Shout out Rock and
We
Roll.
love you guys. It's a banger shot, mango flavor. Let's get it.
Mango tequila, baby.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
Boom. Couldn't even deal with that all.
Oh my god.
It's good though.
Just gotta get warm, you know?
Yeah, man, that gets you fired up, man. Oh my gosh.
Man, we're pumped to have you today.
Thank you.
Yes.
Came all the way from Tampa for the boys.
Yeah.
We appreciate
I'm here.
you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
I came across your IG and you were doing something crazy, You were throwing babies in a pool. That's what I saw. That's the first thing I saw. And I was like, well, that's interesting. I never seen that before. So I want to start off by asking you, why do you throw babies in pools?
Man, honestly, because the kids be pissing me off, man. They're always crying and stuff, man. They're calling for their mom, their dad. You just gotta just send them. But
That's
no,
it.
But the real answer is because so in Florida, we're #1 in the country for drowning
Wow.
for the kids.
In the U.S.
Yeah, in the U.S.
Wow.
Like there's nowhere else. Who knows? Maybe in the world, man. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because we're now in a soft generation. I think Snowflake, what's it called? They blur stuff.
Yeah, censorship,
Censorship.
yeah.
That's the word. Yeah, censorship. And so all these places that teach swimming schools, instructors, they all they just baby the kids too much, man. It's all soft. It's got to be a positive learning experience.
Okay.
Which is, dude, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
It ruins the kid. You are your environment. Your environment creates you. That's when you look around the world, different parts of the world, they're good at things, Brazil, MMA, jiu-jitsu, I don't know, Kenya, marathons. True. Here, football, basketball up north, it's because of the culture.
Yeah.
True.
And so, I do work in Tampa to down here, and I get the same thing. People tell me I've had my kid going to, swimming lessons for a year, and they do the same thing. Nothing's happened. I just waste my money.
Okay.
And it's because I used to work in those schools, so I know they just try to drag it out, to get more money out of you.
money off.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just don't feel
level
right.
1, level 2, level 3, level 4.
Yeah, dude, they go minnows, tadpoles, swordfish, all this. It's fake news, man.
Yeah.
It's fake news. I'm
Juicing
sick
the
of
job.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. He was a a big inspiration to me. And he had this quote where he said that if you make practice harder than the game, then the game is easy. So it's the same thing for the swimming. So, you know, practice, of course, swim class, and then the game would be if like they were to fall in, you know, you make that experience a lot more difficult during their training.
Okay.
Yes.
Like I had a kid the other day that I was training in Davis Island, if you might know. It's a very rich area, and in Tampa. The kid was on his dock with his grandparents. Grandparents are like 90 years old. He's like 3. He falls in backwards, boom, into the ocean. They're like, oh my God, my kid died.
Yeah.
They're like, what are we gonna do? And they're like freaking out. And the kid didn't panic, nothing. He just looked around, found the ladder, and he just got out
On his own.
on his own. I was just pissed that it wasn't high tide, man. I'm on rougher conditions.
And what was their reaction to that? They're like, oh shit, like that.
Like in
actually,
shock.
Yeah.
They couldn't believe it. It was like the talk of the town, man.
True.
So-
Okay, so going back a little bit, let's go back a bit. You're born and raised in Florida.
Right.
Okay, your family's from here as well.
From Colombia.
When did you first get into it? Like when did you first get into this whole swimming, instructing, and when does it start to blow up? Give us a little background on that.
Yeah, so I mean, I got started in swimming since I was pretty much born.
Okay.
My mom and grandma put me into the pool, and then you know, I just kept in swimming, you know, throughout the years. And then at a point, I got really fat when I was like 8, 9, and so my mom said like, you can't play Pokemon if you don't go to swim class. That was brutal for me, man.
That was
It's
the worst thing.
Dude, I was still trying to beat the game, man. I was like, yeah, it's Japanese, man. They can't get me with this. But so yeah, man. Then I got onto swim team. I just started progressing very quick. And, you know, at 11, I went to Junior Olympics. I was ranked top 3 in the state.
Damn.
So I was pretty good, man. And, but then kind of got away from it a little bit in the beginning of high school because, you know, you're trying to pull chicks and stuff. My friends would tell me, oh, man, you're wearing a Speedo, dude.
Wasn't cool.
Yeah, it ain't cool, man. Like
Yeah.
the chicks don't like that.
Yeah.
Bullshit, not true. But it was like, oh, you got to be a baller, man. So started playing basketball, man. You got some good moves, you know.
Yeah.
They used to call me Kobe on me.
For real,
Dude, I got a nice spin move, man.
Okay.
But yeah, so I started doing that. But then I got back into swimming in the last 2 years of high school. Honestly, it's because of a chick that I liked on the team. So
Oh, he got back in
Nice.
because of
Yeah,
chick.
because of a chick.
She brought you back in, eh?
yeah, she held, back
Well,
in,
shout out to
man.
that chick, no?
I guess,
Big
man.
shout out.
Yeah, she's married now.
Fuck. All right, no
Yeah,
shout out there.
yeah, got away. But yeah, so after that, you know, I finished high school and I was like, man, I don't know what I'd want to do. Like, I just wish there was like another, like, you know, it's 12th grade, then I was hoping there'd be like a 13, 14. 'Cause I was like lost, man. I was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I got out, went to community college. I hated that shit, man.
Yeah.
I don't like school. I think college is a big scam.
Same.
I guess if you want to be a doctor, dentist, like you need it.
We
But
say the same. Doctor, dentist, lawyer. Yeah.
yeah. So like I did that for like a year.
Okay.
Didn't pass any of the classes.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
And
Well, why? Like what? You just your head
I
was
s-
somewhere. Your headspace was somewhere else.
yeah, I was like, man, I feel like a slave. Like,
Yeah.
what am I doing, man? You know, because you know our time is limited. You think you have time when you're young, but it's really like it goes by like that.
Uh-huh.
So after that, I just had like odd jobs. Worked at Papa John's. I'd actually deal pizza on the low, man.
Okay.
I was like, I
Gotta
tell
make us a
people
pizza,
like,
bro.
hey, Papa John's will charge you 20. I got you 15,
Nice.
and I'll deliver it.
You were slanging pizza.
Dude, I was
okay.
slinging pizza, man. Ended up getting fired. Then I just worked different odd jobs, man. And I hated having a boss and like having to like be on their schedule and do the way that things that they wanted. And so I thought maybe I would enjoy, you know, teaching swimming a little bit more. But I did it at like those schools. And I just seemed like I was like held in a box, man. Like the way they were teaching, it was just like, man, like these kids don't progress.
Okay.
And so then my mom told me, so I'll give my credit to my mom because she always
Nice.
says it was my idea. So I'll tell her because my mom. So she said, you know, why don't you try teaching swimming like on your own?
Okay.
So I started off with a family friend and then started getting more and more. And then it just started getting bigger. And then eventually I started posting on social media. And
So you were already, I guess, building a company and getting more clients before social.
yeah, I wouldn't get any clients from social.
So
It was
how
just,
were you doing it first, before social?
Just word of mouth, man.
Yeah.
I got big with the Indian community.
Okay.
Like they really fucked with me.
There's
man.
a big Indian community in Tampa. Or
Yeah,
like
dude,
in
it's-
Florida in general.
Dude, they're all over the place, man.
Wow.
Can't get away from them.
Well, we know from Canada too. There's a lot there
Oh, yeah.
too.
Dude, they're taking over.
Okay, so you start with that, and then you have a partner at that point, right? You said you started the business with a partner, or just
Oh
yourself?
no, it's just me.
Just you.
It's always just been me.
And this is all one-on-one. Like this is like you going to people's houses and like just teaching their kids
Yep,
how to swim.
it's just been me, man.
And at that point, are you thinking about like social media and like putting this on social media, or is it just like, hey, word of mouth, like let me just see what I can do here?
I wasn't really thinking about it, but everybody else was telling me,
Okay.
like,
put
dude,
it
you
on.
gotta post like your videos. Like, they do pretty well. And I thought the way that I did it was just like it's normal, you know, nothing like to me it felt like whatever.
Okay.
So you were already throwing the babies in the pool pre-social media.
Yeah, that was actually my reputation in Tampa. Was like, dude, like you gotta get this guy to teach your kids, man. He just throws them in and they start doing
That would
it,
have
you
been
know?
my first like light bulb. Been like I would have seen you do it and been like, I'm taking out my phone right now and doing a video of you, right?
So
Yeah.
I want to know though, like, was that always a part of your training? Like, you know what I mean? How do you come up with that idea? Because like you're saying, obviously you're a swimmer, great.
Yeah.
Were you taught that way? Like, did they just throw you in a pool?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when did the idea to like throw these young, I'm gonna say babies in pools? Like, how did that even come to light prior to it reaching social media?
Right. So no, I didn't really get thrown in, except by like my cousins, you know, just
Yeah,
messing
yeah.
around. But I just came up with it, man. Like, I think because you know when I got away from swimming a little bit, I trained with people in like different sports, basketball, track, martial arts, wrestling,
Yeah.
and so I started getting a lot of inspiration from like different areas. And then actually, when I finished high school, I went to this Tai Chi camp, like with like a kung fu master in the middle of the mountains. It was out in Colorado.
Cool.
That shit was brutal. But like I got to like learn a lot about like different, you know, training techniques, recovery. And so started getting inspiration. And then I don't know if you guys have heard of David Goggins.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he actually shared one of my videos.
Sick.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So he's an inspiration for you?
Oh yeah, big inspiration. And so I just got like, you know, inspiration from like different areas about like how to train and stuff. And you know, I swam professionally.
Okay.
Getting back to it, man, I'm usually ripped.
Yeah,
I'm down 30 pounds right now, man.
Sick.
So yeah, I just started getting inspiration from different areas of like training, and I just put it together, and I felt like I just feel like I can understand. I can go into their mind, and like I know, it's almost like I know what they're feeling, and they're thinking, because I've gone down that path before,
Okay.
For sure.
and I had a lot of teachers, like on my mom's side of the family, a lot of teachers, and then on my dad's side of the family, it was a lot of like business savvy.
Cool. So you got both sides of it.
I guess so, man. And so
Yeah.
But when it came to like throwing your first baby in the pool, like that's what I want to know. Like, what's going through your mind? Are you nervous? Okay, I guess the first question would be, are the parents always watching? Like, is that usually what it is? Like, if you go into a one-on-one, the parents are there watching.
well, I'm sure they're watching, but I just tell them like go away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's more for the kid to be.
Like, because it's like if they're by the parent, they know they can manipulate the parent.
True.
Kids are very smart.
True.
They know what's up, and so they know like what they can do with the parent.
Yes.
So what they do is it's actually a scene in like in the animal world, like, you know, alligators, like they'll cry for like, you know, they want their mom to come save them, or
Yeah.
you know, bears or whatever. Kids do the same thing, man. Like, we're animals too. We're just, I guess,
True.
smart in a different way.
True.
So you go. Okay. I'm gonna throw this kid in the pool. Like the first. Like I want to understand your mindset on the first time you ever did that.
Dude, I mean, the first time, man, I can't remember what was the first time.
You're throwing a lot of
God,
babies in the
I'm trying
pool,
to
eh?
think. Yeah, it's like, man, the kid keep crying, man. Just shut up, go.
So okay, so when let's try this one. When you first started, was there anyone that came to you and maybe even people in the swimming community or people with other, you know, classes or schools and said, bro, like, what are you doing?
I did
Or
get
what do
like,
you think you're doing? You know, kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah, no, that's a good question. I would sometimes get parents saying that like, oh man, that's like too harsh, man. You know, like, or I remember I'd be sometimes at a community pool, and one guy was like, yo, like you trying to like get her to drown? It's like, no, fuck, like I'll just lose a client like that. Why am I gonna let my client die? You know,
Of course.
that's less money for me. But
Yeah.
But yeah, like stuff like that. So I didn't get too much of it until like I got big on social media,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and that's like when it started.
So okay, so let's jump to that. How did you first get the idea to start the social media around it?
Just friends, man. They
were
just kept
telling
telling me, yeah. And so eventually, you know, posted, and you know, it started going big.
Uh-huh.
This was back in, it was around like November 2022.
Uh-huh.
That's where it started. Like I
Now
had,
you're over like 400K on IG.
yeah, 400,
Crazy.
yeah, there, and then like 200K on
TikTok.
and then I just started YouTube.
Yeah.
Nice.
So trying
Gotta
to
do it.
yeah, trying to get that YouTube money, man.
Of course. Do some long form too.
Yeah,
So okay, so you start posting on social and it's you're just posting you throwing babies in the pool.
yeah,
That's how you start.
yeah.
And what is the initial reaction that you're getting from posting that?
People are just like in shock. They can't
Mm-hmm.
believe it.
Shocking, good or bad or both?
Both of them.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I get love. I get a lot of hate too. But it started like I had like 700 followers, and then like it just went up to like 150K, and then
Was there one video that did it for you? Like at that point, I know you have some videos right now that are in the almost hundreds of millions as well.
yeah.
Oh, do you remember like a video that really took off and put you on another level?
Yeah, it was like the first one. I just it's like a side angle, and I throw the kid in, and it just like the kid almost goes kind of backwards, lands on their back, and then they swim back. It was a little 10-month-old, and yeah, dude, they're solid, man. You should have seen them in the beginning. Like, people like a lot of people hit me out. They're like, I want my kid to be able to do that, but they don't know like what it takes to get to that point.
Okay.
So like I can get any kid to do it. Doesn't matter. Like,
But not the first time. You're saying it could take time.
yeah, it takes time. Yeah, that's the build up. Like that's like the highlight.
Okay.
It's good for like the views.
So
and
you're not just going to meet with the parents saying, "Where's this kid?" Grab the kid and throw him in the pool.
No.
So there's a whole process.
Yeah, there's a process
So talk
behind
about
it.
that, because I think people, if they knew that, there'd be less hate on that side too, because they
Yeah,
understand the process more.
I should show that part.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, you don't have to show it, but even just talk about it, and
Yeah.
maybe they'll watch this and be like, you know what? Okay, that makes more sense, because obviously, like, you're showing the virality part.
Yeah.
It's smart. I would just show that part too on socials, right?
All right.
But talk about the process behind.
Yeah. So let's say if you had a kid,
Yeah.
bring it to me, 6 months old. The way that I start is that it's more like mental training.
Okay.
I got to get used to going under the water. So I just get them, put them under, wait like a minute, do it again. So they had like that break in between. And then I start increasing it. Like I'll put them under for longer, like 2 seconds,
Okay.
then 5 seconds. And then like I'll drop them. So they feel the sensation of like, nobody's helping me.
Yeah.
It's just me. And then eventually like I'll bring them up a little bit, drop, a little bit higher, drop.
Yeah.
And then, when I see that they're ready, then it goes to throw.
And,
Like
and
that.
I guess initially when you're doing like the drop and the holding in the water, like what's the reaction of the baby or the child at that point? Like, are they crying? Like, are they going crazy? Is it hectic, or is it like they're calm?
Oh no, dude, they hate me.
Really, right at the start.
Yeah, I had a kid hate me for like a good 8 months
How old was the kid?
too.
He
Like
hated your guts.
anytime he heard the doorbell, he start crying.
For real,
He thought it was
you.
me.
Yeah,
And then when I open the door, I say, I'm back.
yeah. But eventually, that kid loves you after.
Yeah,
or what?
like every single one of them. Like
Yeah.
parents sometimes think that like, oh, my kid's gonna get traumatized. But
Yeah,
like,
that's we saw that a lot of the comments, right? Too.
yeah, but it never happens.
Well, I feel like as a parent, like I think it's like with most things nowadays, like you either like people are gonna love you or hate you, right? Like I feel like there's parents out there that are very traditional and very old school mentality that want, their kids to learn the hard way sometimes. And I feel like those are the parents that come to you,
Yeah.
like that are tough love.
Yeah.
And then there's the soft ones that we talked about that are taking over the world now, the soft parents, the soft people, the soft kids, the soft teenagers. And then those are the kids that watch your videos, or the people that watch your videos and like, nah, that's too much. You're gonna kill them, right?
Those are those damn Biden supporters. Man.
There you go. I was waiting for you to say it.
Sick
bro.
of it,
I was
man.
waiting for you to say it. You know?
What's the process of starting to work with a kid up until the point where, like you said, then you could throw them in from outside and they'll find the ledge and swim? Like how long does that take?
So it varies for each kid, but on average, it can take like 3 to 6 months.
Wow.
It's not something that's overnight. And I say like anything that comes quick goes quick.
Fair.
So if you want like permanent results, it takes time.
And then in terms of like those 3 to 6 months, how often are you training with these kids or meeting up with them?
At least twice a week. That's what I recommend.
Okay.
Twice a week. I mean, the more they do, the quicker they learn.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to spend that much.
And then is it a situation where it's like, okay, cool. Once they're at that point when it's like they could fall in a pool, or you could throw them in and they can swim to a ledge that you're like, okay, like I'm done here type of thing. Like I've done my job.
No, so that's like the most dangerous part, because when like seems like they can kind of do something, and the parents get complacent, like, oh, my kid's all right.
Yeah.
So like, I can back off. I don't want them to be Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
I don't want them to go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to. Like to do that, it takes many years, training every day, 2 days. Like it takes a lot more than that. There's too much. It's a lot of complacency now. Like it's like things are quick. Just take it easy. You don't want to overtrain, all that like bullshit.
Yeah.
I see it as like, there's the strokes, like there's freestyle, backstroke, and whatnot. All those things are there for a reason. Like there's no separation. It's all like, it's all one.
Yeah.
It's one thing. And so I look at it as like, when somebody gives me their kid, they're trusting me with the kid's life. And so I look at it as like, I'm training that kid for the day he has to like face a life or death.
Yeah.
Because that's the reality. Like honestly, most of my students have had a situation like that now where they've fallen in or some situation where like any regular kid would have probably drowned
Yeah.
or had some issues, and they're always good.
So your main goal is to stop them from drowning in that
and-
situation.
right, and
It's
just
not like
go
to be the best swimmer ever, to be this. It's to be able to save your life if you are in that situation.
handle anything,
Yeah.
and they got to be ready physically and mentally because kids drown because they panic.
Yeah.
Not
I
used
think
to a
that's
high
number
stress.
one, right?
Yeah,
Fair. You know, like you said, it's Florida. There's literally water everywhere.
I mean most of the world is water.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So I guess you're trying to solve a problem, and you mentioned it even earlier in the pod where, you know, these other instructors, these other schools, they're dragging things on. Their main purpose might be for money, not really for, you know, the kid's safety or what the kid's learning about. That's how you position yourself in the market.
Right. Yeah. My thing is like I produce results. Like it's guaranteed. Like your kid will learn as long as you don't quit.
Okay.
You got to be able to handle it.
True.
And the problem is never the kids, it's the parents.
Okay.
Parents ruin the kids
Okay.
every single time.
Elaborate on that. Talk to me about that.
So like if a kid cries,
Yeah.
they're like, oh no, like I can't, like they're gonna be traumatized. They can't do that. They're gonna hate the water. I want them to like the water. It's like they gotta earn it.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna take your kid, like if your kid cries to go to the dentist or go to the doctor, or go to school, so you're not gonna take him anymore. It's the same thing. Swimming is the most important skill to learn,
Yeah.
and more important than reading anything, man. Because I mean, like I said, most of the world is water. You can't swim, dude. Like you're gonna look like an idiot, like with floaties on all the time. That's embarrassing.
life jacket on the whole time.
Dude, like I get some wealthy clients, man. I'm not gonna drop names.
Yeah.
They're from India though, and they go out like on these yachts and stuff, man. And they're just all huddled together in like life jackets.
Wow.
Like you got these millions, man. And then you go out to the ocean and you can't do anything.
True.
Like that's embarrassing, you know.
It is embarrassing.
Have you had any scares or like any like scary moments with training where like maybe something might have not gone
Like how
how you thought it would, or
I was
like,
like, oh man, the kid might drown.
maybe
Like maybe that kid's been underwater a little too long right now.
Heck no, man. I'm 1,000-0, man. No deaths.
No.
No.
But has there been any time where maybe there was an issue because of something else, something external? You know, maybe it wasn't your fault, but something could have gone wrong.
No.
Perfect record, eh?
Yeah, man.
Damn.
It's just I'm this. They call me the swim god, actually.
The swim god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I was also gonna say, like, I haven't on socials, especially, I haven't seen anyone blow up as a swim instructor.
I've never even seen a swim.
Like, have you
instructor.
like you might know about them, but like I've never seen them. Is there anyone really out there doing what you're doing on socials?
No. No one.
That's
have you
crazy.
seen anybody try to copy your style?
Dude, all the time, man.
Yeah?
People hit me up. They're like, dude, we do like the same thing, man. How can I get views? I'm like, no, you don't do the same thing.
Yeah.
You're not the.
throwing
There can only
babies.
be one swim god.
Tell them.
So break down the science for us of when you throw that baby in the pool, why it works.
It works because one, there's the mental parts.
Okay.
So like if they were to fall in, let's say it's like something like this, maybe like a foot high.
Yeah.
But like if you make it more, then it's like if they were to fall in, it's like it's nothing. It's like I've done this a million times. This is nothing to me.
Okay.
You know, so they're ready for it.
Okay.
And also like sometimes I make them belly flop. I got that inspiration from MMA.
Okay.
Okay.
Because like you know you hit the stomach, it makes the core strong.
Okay.
Because sometimes I can take like their breath away. So like if they were to fall in, then they're like, oh my gosh, and they've never felt that before, dude, they're fucked. Like that's it.
Okay.
But in the training that they're used to, like, dude, they can fall on their back, their side, their stomach, like, then they're fine. It's physical and mental. You got to be like armored all around.
Okay.
I'm seeing people in the comments talking about like their kid going underwater and then like inhaling water,
Yeah.
right? And then that being an issue of why like they wouldn't want their kid to be in that type of situation. So how do you combat that? Like what's the
Yeah. So I get parents asking me about that. You know, it's called dry drowning.
okay?
And so that happens like they'd have to take on like a bunch of water, a bunch of it for like that to happen. There, regardless, you're gonna drink water. Like it's gonna happen. I still sometimes do it It's on accident, you know. And you gotta watch their body language, man, because most of the stuff you say doesn't come out of your mouth. It's your body language. You can just tell. So like, I'll let them to like a certain degree, like drink some, because it's just part of it. Because that teaches them like, oh, that doesn't feel good. Let me close my mouth. But you know, it looks like it's like, oh man, this guy's just like so crazy with these kids and he's so hard on them. But it's very calculated.
Yeah, of
course.
Dial. You're like the David Goggins of swim instructing.
Oh, dude, thank you, man.
That's it. That's the vibes I'm getting.
So is there like do they have to be kids or babies for you to do that, or can you literally like throw me in there? like throw a grown ass man in there and do the same thing?
I don't know if I'm strong enough.
No, but I'm saying more so the process and like the
It's all the
theory
same.
behind it.
Yeah, it's
Have you
all-
ever done it with an adult? Like
Yeah.
You just said just fucking toss them in.
I have more of a push, man. 'Cause adults are heavy, man.
But it works differently. Like I think for probably someone older, it's more panic.
There's more resistance to it because you've had more time, like on Earth, and you're like
Yeah.
you're kind of you can be stuck in certain ways.
True.
Kids, you know, like they just arrived to Earth, so they're like, oh man, I have to adapt to this. Like this is new. This is just like the
True.
world I live in.
Yeah.
But adults, you know, they've had like a way of like living, and they can think more like, oh man, this is not necessary. I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
As long as you're committed and like you just gotta trust me. Like
True.
it works. But it's the same principle. Like they can learn just as easily as kids do. It's just as, like they have to more like convince themselves to do it
Okay.
because they have an out. Kids don't unless of the parents.
Okay. And
Take
now,
them out.
now looking at your socials now, how many of your, because it's super impressive what you've built over the past, let's say 2 years, how many of your clients are coming from social now?
Man, honestly, almost all of them.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just, it's crazy because like we talk about this all the time. Like we always say it doesn't matter what industry, what space you're in, what your job is, you can leverage social media,
Yeah.
right? And the fact that you did it in such a niche, that just like proves our point even further. That's why I'm saying that, right? So how much did your business scale when you started growing on socials?
Dude, it was huge, man.
Like, are you the richest swimming instructor in the U.S. right now? This is what I want to know.
Probably not, man.
Well, who's better?
Not that they're better, man. They got
Do they have a
locations and
school
stuff.
for more time or
Yeah.
anything like
I
that?
actually want to know what I want to understand the structure of the business, like what you're charging people, what that looks like. Like talk us through like someone's like, I hit you up in the DM and say, hey coach, I got a 6-month-old right now.
Yeah.
I need your services. I'm in Tampa.
Okay.
What does that look like from there?
So it depends on like the exact location,
Okay.
because and amount of kids.
Yeah.
Because if I have to drive further, I got to charge like a travel fee.
Sure.
But normally it comes out for like a class is $100.
Okay.
Like for me to come to you,
Yeah.
that's like if it's one kid.
Okay.
That,
That's good.
Yeah, it's private. Then the travel fee, that's around like the price that it comes to.
Okay. And in terms of the sessions are like what, an hour?
Nah, dude, they can't survive that long.
Really?
Yeah, dude, maybe like 20 minutes.
Fair.
'Cause-
True. 6-month-old. Yeah. Fair.
Even older ones, man, even the adults. Because the way I train them is that you do maybe like one or two things, but it's high reps. That way it's just so ingrained in like in your mind and body that like Navy SEALs do this where like their philosophy is like you resort back to your training.
Yes.
You don't like panic or nothing. It's your
Yeah,
training
yeah.
that takes over.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's the youngest you could do this?
Dude, 4 months.
4 months?
Wow.
Holy fuck.
They can do it, man.
Really?
Yeah. Only I can do it though. Everybody else sucks.
Did you ever have like a scenario where you taught a baby or a kid how to swim or not panic, and then it actually saved their life years later?
Oh yeah, plenty of times.
Yeah,
All
like
the
they're
time.
calling you like, oh, thank God.
I had a person after like the story I told you in the beginning about the kid that fell off into
Yeah.
the ocean.
Yeah,
That kid.
That's crazy.
I had one recently that I gave him a few classes, and she just hit me up. She's like, I just want to thank you for the classes you gave us, because my 2-year-old fell backwards into the pond and he was able to get out on his own.
Pond, that's insane.
Yeah, man. Bless these kids,
Yeah. So
Swim
are
guy.
you like? Do you have a team now? Are you working with a team?
Nah, man. I mean,
Are you trying to build a team?
Yeah, that's
Like what's the next level up for you? Do you just have more of you that are under you that you can train more kids? Because I feel like obviously it's a business, you're making money, but you're also saving lives. So the more, the better.
yeah. No, I would like to eventually not be as hands-on. I mean, I'll still teach more exclusively, but be good to like have a team. True. I just like send them out. Okay, you got this location, that one, like that, and then eventually like have like my own swim academy, like Swim God Academy.
Nice.
Swim God Academy.
Produce results, man.
I like
I
that.
put everybody out of business.
Yeah.
All these people here, man. Like,
Well, I think you're being genuine with it too, right? Your processes and your theory behind it is you don't need to have them for years. You don't need to have them doing 40 different classes.
yeah,
You're just teaching them not to panic.
exactly.
It's like a lifelong lesson. It's just you're doing it through water, right?
yeah, that's how it is, man. The
I
water.
mean, if I would like looking back now, like I wouldn't mind if my parents just tossed me in, and I learned that way.
No, when I
No?
think about it,
like
when
that's just the tough love aspect of it. It's like, again, and I'm seeing a lot of comments where they're like, oh, they're traumatizing the kid. And for me, it can go both ways. It's like you can either traumatize the kid or the kid's going to be rock hard.
No, but I feel like when they're that young, it's like I don't think it's traumatizing if you do it continuously, because then eventually they just understand, like, or in their mind it's like, okay, this is a normal thing and I know how to get out of this. So then when it finally happens after 3 months or 6 months or whatever, they're like, oh, I know this already. Like I've been in this scenario so many times that I know the outcome.
It's exactly
Like
what
I
it
know
is.
how to fix this type of thing, right?
Exactly.
Damn.
I know, fuck.
I really wish we
I would
would
do it.
Jane.
Like, listen, I would do it with my kid.
Yeah.
Put it that way. If I had a kid and you know, 1, 2 years old, 6 months old, toss him in the pool. Let's get it started.
Hey, man.
Let's get the mindset strong right off the bat.
Hey, man, whenever it comes time, man, when you pull that Latina, as he posted on the stories, we got to do it.
Seen that, eh?
Yeah, I saw that was so funny.
I'm
man.
about to come with you to Colombia, bro.
You guys got to come, man. But by the way, I got to give you guys something. I brought some. My mom was in Colombia recently.
Okay.
I told her I got to get some stuff for the boys. here,
Yeah.
come on,
authentic
man.
stuff, man. You know, not the American stuff.
Come
Okay.
on. This is
Yeah,
sounding like almost
fire
like
us
this
up.
is like, you know, this is the good stuff.
Yeah, man. Well, first, you know, we got some snacks, man.
Let's go.
Chocoramo, man.
Oh, man.
No sugar, no fat. We'll make you.
There you
I'm
go.
I'm just kidding, man.
Oh, no sugar, no fat.
Yeah.
Fuck. Let's see these.
There you go.
Thank you.
These are all traditional stuff, man.
Oh, these look unreal.
We got that.
Straight from Colombia, okay? There's, by the way, there's not chocolate inside this, okay? There's something else. Wink, wink.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Colombia's finest.
Guava.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. These are wrapped in banana leaves.
Come on. Dude,
Oh, yeah.
They're fresh off the plane, man.
I'm about to get
Damn.
fat. I'm about to get fat. Don Jose.
Don Jose.
Okay.
Unreal.
Let's go. What else we got?
Man. Okay, I got.
Colombia's finest here, bro.
Dude, because the dream is one day to have a PJ, private jet.
Private
Let's
jet.
go.
On the front, you know.
Oh, sick.
Okay, yeah. We're actually getting fat. Okay, let's go.
Unreal. Got the jet chocolates, all right?
Boom.
Unreal.
You need to get a sponsorship from them.
100%.
all
Yo,
the time.
thank you, brother. You didn't have
My
to do
guy,
this, by the
appreciate
way.
That's not it, though. Yet.
Oh, we're not
Stop.
done. Okay.
That's not it, man.
What else we cooking in there?
All right. So here, I got 2 shirts. I hope it fits you guys. First
yeah.
one.
Yes.
This is from the Lost City.
Sick.
Ah.
You know.
La
Cuidad perdida.
Perdida.
La Ciudad Perdida.
Ciudad perdida.
That's sick.
Close enough, man.
That's it. That's it. I'll get better, bro. I need
get
more
better.
Latinas around me. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
that's we gotta do a trip, man.
Let's go.
All right, and then I got another one.
Oh yeah. baby.
Santa Marta. So this is this is right by the ocean, man.
That
This-
goes hard.
Dude, this place is legit, man. I tell you, guys come in. I got.
Yeah.
No, we have to go to. We keep talking about
So
a
you go
Colombia
often?
trip.
I'm going August.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bro, we've heard so many stories about Colombia. bro.
You guys gotta come, man. But when you go, you gotta go with somebody that's from
That
there.
that
Yeah,
knows their way
facts.
around, right? It's gonna be you, bro. What do you mean?
Dude, let's
That's
go,
gonna
man.
be
Let's
you.
do it.
No,
That ain't it,
thank
man.
you, bro.
It ain't it. This is the best part.
Stop.
This is from the indigenous tribes.
Okay.
This is
stuff.
what this is the kind of shit I like to
Uh-oh.
You
see.
go ahead and open it, man.
This is the kind
Uh-oh.
of shit I like to see.
That one. I got it. And then for you.
Thank you,
I don't think we
sir.
ever did this mid pod, just opening gifts. It's like Christmas right now.
Yeah, man.
We got Santa Claus with us.
Saint Nick.
We got the Colombian Santa Claus with us. Oh, this is sick.
Oh, let's go.
Open them up, man.
Let me
See
open
what
this
you-
up.
see what
Here we
you
go.
think. They're handcrafted.
Come on.
I'm for the culture, you know? Anything handcrafted, dude?
Yeah, it's authentic. Straight from the jungle.
Oh, that's a
just
vibe. Come
Look
on.
at that.
Come on.
Brings you power.
Is this so?
Let's
What does
go.
this mean? Power? Brings you power?
I'll be honest, man. I'm not sure, but it's one of those. 'Cause they
This
have
thing looks
different
powerful,
ones.
though.
Yeah, they say each one has like power, wealth.
Of
stuff.
course,
Yes,
We
of
just know
course.
it's good stuff.
Thank you, brother.
Nah, I appreciate that, man.
Look at this.
Oh, we got blessed, bro.
We got blessed for real,
Appreciate
man.
you,
Thank
man.
you,
bro.
bro.
Bless you, man, by the swim god.
Yo, you know what we should do? We should go throw Jay in the river now. What do you think, Jay? We got the river down there. We're gonna throw you
Oh
in.
man, that's a good idea, man. See what he does.
100%. I wanted to ask you though. You know, there was one reel where you almost hit 100 million on, right? On IG.
Crazy.
The record's 250.
On what? On TikTok.
No,
On
Instagram.
IG.
Yeah, IG.
You have 250 mil on one.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that one,
Yeah.
the one you got 250 million on, what was your reaction to that? Because I think people will live their whole life never getting to experience something like that, opening their phone and seeing that. So what was going on through your mind when that happened?
It's crazy, but I'll give you a little backstory to
Yeah.
it so it all makes sense. So when I first went viral, this was like, so November 2022, and I would go train with the national team in Colombia during the winter for track.
Sick.
I run fast, man.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, not quite right now, but I gotta
Okay,
lose
you're
some more
getting there,
weight.
you're getting
But so I went there. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go for a month, train and stuff. Ended up getting distracted.
Okay.
I caught up with some chick, man. When you go there, like they see, the American guy, money,
Yep.
and so it's
And you're like American and Colombian, so you're like the best of both worlds for them.
yeah. So and I had some clout right there. I had
Yeah,
like 100K.
of course.
That was
Okay.
so I was like, man, I'm a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like it seemed like all around rainbows and sunflowers in the beginning.
Yep.
And then like that's how they hook you in.
True.
Pretty much, I ended up like spending like all my money, everything I had, and what I didn't have, dude. Maxed out my cards and stuff, man. Like, dude, like it was brutal.
What were you doing? Just paying for shit? Like, what was it?
Yeah, dude. Like, fuck, I was paying this chick's rent.
Shit.
Like it was like because I thought it was gonna be like something like real serious. Because
Yeah.
there's talks of like, oh, come back to the U.S. Kind of start a life together. That whole like fairy tale
Yeah.
Disney stuff.
Okay.
And what happens is like when the emotion gets involved, you get clouded.
Yeah.
Facts.
So you start seeing like the red flags, and you're like, no, it's all right, man. Like not everybody's perfect.
Yeah.
You're gonna have issues with everybody.
Yep.
But there's certain lines you can't cross.
Yeah.
So yeah, that lasted a few months. I got distracted, man.
Saying she crossed the line?
Oh, dude, various times, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You could talk about it.
Oh. All right. I mean, that's
It's up to you, but
like, all right, man. I
because
guess-
a lot of our audience, like they hear about Colombia all the time. They hear about guys going, they love it. They hear about great things, but to hear, some of the bad things,
Yeah.
True.
maybe it'll help someone out there.
All right, man. Yeah, why not, man? Like keep it real on here.
That's it.
So yeah, man. I mean, it started off like met this chick at a race, and then like started dating like pretty much like immediately after.
Okay.
Chick never wanted to use protection,
Okay.
which that's like a red flag right there.
Number one.
First day, already asked me when I wanted kids.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I ain't ready for that.
Yep.
Then like she asked me for money.
Yeah.
Like a couple weeks into it, it's like, hey, like I got this debt. Like you help me out. I'll pay you back. Whatever. Gave the money, and then like the whole sob story starts happening. I was like, oh, my dad. Like I hate him. He doesn't help me out with stuff. Doesn't give me money. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I went to like meet the girl's family, because like that really made me feel like, oh man, like this is like for real, man. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Cause like, damn, dude. It's like brought me. It's like, oh, the American guy, like he's here. Like, I was like, damn, man, this is serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my guard was like real down, because I knew from before. I was like, man, like I know coming here, you should honestly you shouldn't take them serious.
Yeah.
Very rarely there is one or other that you could take serious, but most of the time, man, it's just like there's situations over there. A lot of them like don't have money,
Yeah.
and like they see us as like a way out, like a get out of jail free card. Like you don't have to put in the work
Yeah.
to get
True.
something.
True.
Which is what happens in society now a lot. That like, man, like I want money now. I want the cars now. I want a nice house, like quick, like
Yeah.
a shortcut.
Yeah.
So, and that's why those things are so popular, like a 6-pack shortcut. Like things.
Of course.
you
7
just
days
want-
to get a 6-pack, stuff
Uh-huh.
like that.
And
Yeah.
all that's like, it's all like bullshit. It might give you some results, but they don't last. It goes away. So yeah, I was there like December, part of January, and I just remember one time, like I grew up in Florida, man.
Yeah.
So everything here is flat.
Yeah.
There's no mountains. Colombia, it's all like.
Yeah.
So I got real sick, and so we were in like an 8-hour car drive, and her cousin, dude, she was hot and nice. Honestly, I should have gone for the cousin, man. Yeah. But she was like concerned, and she was like, hey, I can like, let me help you out. I could take you to the airport. You could just take a flight back, to the capital, because we were in some other small town. And so I just took like some Tylenol, whatever, knocked me out for the trip. Then when I got there, that girl, like, she was like, if you ever do that again, if you would have gotten on that plane, like I would have been done with you,
Wow.
because that makes you seem like a bitch.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I didn't take it seriously.
Another red flag.
Yeah, I was like, oh, she's just talking shit. I was still kind of woozy from the pills, man. So that, and then when I was about to leave, I have a cousin in Colombia, Eduardo Jose. Shout out, man. Tell you. And he lives in like the wealthy part of the city,
Okay.
kind of like a Brickell.
Okay.
And we have a tradition. What with my other cousins that like whenever we want to get serious with a chick, we take them to him.
Okay.
And so we got there. He's 40. He's been all around the world. He's married. His wife's like a psychologist. They do well.
Okay, cool.
And basically he told me like afterwards, he's like, dude, no. Like
He saw right through
Oh,
it.
he said,
gave you
dude,
the no way.
he told me like, man, like listen to me. Like I know chicks like this. Don't take her serious.
Wow.
Don't do it. And so like, I didn't want to believe it, man. Cause I was like, dude, what do you mean?
You're probably
man?
like, oh, you don't understand.
Yeah, like you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
met her, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
come on. And I just remember like I walked away and I felt like this chill like run up the back of my spine. I was like, dude,
Like a bad vibe.
he's been right before. Like,
Yeah.
like, and I feel like I knew, you know, but you're
Deep
like
down, you knew.
yeah, you're like in denial, man.
Yeah.
With all the emotions and stuff.
True.
And so, anyways, like I come back here for like a month and I go back for a couple weeks for the chick's birthday. Take her like on like very nice trips. Spend a bunch of money.
Oh, so you're still going? You're still.
Yeah, man. Because I thought it was still good up to then, you know, December, end of January.
Yeah.
And I go back and then like just a bunch of shit starts happening while I'm here. One, like I texted her one night and I was like, hey, like you home yet? She's like, yeah, I just got home. And so I thought, okay, let me just call her. This
Yeah.
is long distance, so you know you gotta talk.
course.
Long distance, by the way, shit, man.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It doesn't last. It's very difficult. And so I called her and she didn't answer. And then like 10 minutes later, she texted me. She's like, hey, you gotta let me know before you call, because I could be busy. She's like, I was just feeding my cat.
Feed my cat.
Like, man, fuck that cat. It wasn't even a cat. Like,
Yeah, another red flag.
yeah, red flag.
Yeah.
And then like would threaten to break up with me like over like any shit. She didn't like when I told her no.
Really.
Yeah.
So what would you say no about? Like what would be?
Like one thing was that so since I had to ask her before, man, I'm gonna sound like such a simp on this shit.
No,
man.
it's all good. It's
I'm
all
trying
good.
to change. I'm changing my
But you
ways.
changed
man.
it now. You changed.
I'm
Come
changed,
on.
man. I'm the swim god now.
There you go.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Listen, first of all,
yeah,
I think a lot of guys simp when they go to Colombia. By the way, so
yeah,
A lot of guys simp in general. bro.
yeah, in general, right? That's for sure.
We all gotta learn a lesson.
Yep.
yeah. No, I need you guys' help, man. You guys gotta put me on.
got you, bro.
I've been on a brutal dry streak
We
right now.
got
You
you,
know,
bro.
so
We're gonna fire you up. Don't worry. We're gonna get you firing, bro.
thank you. But okay, so anyways, so something that happened. So I had to ask her before I called to let her know
Yeah.
she could be busy.
Yeah.
And so I told her one day, like, hey, you free? You know, for me to give you a call. And she's like, it's got to be a short call though, because you know I'm getting ready for some stuff. And so, by the way, I forgot to throw this in there. She hated my Spanish. Spanish is my first language, but you know, growing up in the States, you get the accent.
True.
Of a, you know,
So
gringo.
like a gringo
Yeah.
accent. Yeah.
Gringo, yeah.
Yeah.
And so she had an issue with that, man, like all the time, like the way I spoke Spanish. And so, dude, I started getting so insecure, man. Like I'd have to ask my mom, like, how do you say this? And like, how do I text it? Like, I
Come
don't.
on.
Yeah, dude. Like it was fucking with me, man. Yeah.
Damn.
And so, pretty much, I asked my mom, and so the rough translation from Spanish to English was just tell her like, don't worry about it. We can talk like at a different time. Because if you're busy, like it's cool.
Yeah.
And I told her that. She flipped. It was the day before Valentine's Day too, man.
Well, why flip?
She was just like, is a short call not good enough for you? Why does everything have to be your way? And then she just got pissed, didn't talk to me for the rest of the day. The next day's Valentine's. So I sent her like a flower, you know, whatever, some chocolate.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, you want to be my Valentine's?
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I'm still mad at you. I was like, for what?
Yeah.
She's like, I've talked to you before about how to like speak correctly in Spanish. And if this happens again, there won't be a next time. Like you're gonna respect me.
Oh my God.
And dude, I was like so in shock. I was like, is this for real?
No, that's
Like this-
crazy, bro.
Because dude, it's kind of like you invest in a stock, man.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
put some money into, you put a lot of money into it,
Yeah.
and you have like high expectations for it, and then you see like it's starting to go down, so you want to like save it. You're like, fuck, man. Like
True. It's a good way to put it, actually.
Yeah.
No one's ever said it like that.
my mom said it. Man.
Okay, nice.
You're a smart mom, bro.
Yeah, thanks.
Shut
man.
up, mom.
Yeah, but so yeah, man, that fucked with me. I was like, dude, like, really, like,
Yeah.
what? How is it like? It was just good, and now all this bullshit's happening. And so then before going, there's like some concert happening over there, some group that was like traveling around like South and Central America, and she hits me up. She's like, hey, like I want to go to this concert. That'd be cool. I was like, all right, how much is it? It was like close to like 1,000, two people, which in Colombian pesos, it's like a lot.
That's fucking a lot. Yeah.
Like that was for like the VIP.
I was
like,
gonna say
top,
that's like you're on the stage probably.
basically,
Yeah.
man. So I send her the money. Wow. So boom, send her the money, and then I show up like a day early to Colombia, like surprise her for her birthday. And it starts from there, man. It's like just, attitudes with me. It's with, I was expecting like, we're long distance, so maybe we stay together.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. She was like, I was like, I'm here for a couple weeks. You want to come stay with me or can I stay with you? She was like, look, we shouldn't stay together because I know how I am. And if we're together all the time, we're going to get into a fight. And she's like, I need my space. I was like, space? I haven't been here. I was in a different continent for a month. What are you talking about, space?
Yeah.
And so after that, man, I went into like her cousins invited me to a funeral. It's like the grandma had died, like some distant cousins. And so all of them, they liked me a lot. Whole family, they thought it was cool. And so I go there and the cousins are starting to tell me, yo, like she tries to control you too much, man. Like kind of.
Her whole family, eh?
Yeah, they started telling me that.
Jeez.
And so I was like, yeah, no, she does, man. And they're like, she's got to like chill. And so I go there to the funeral. Everybody's like, thank you for coming. A lot of them didn't know me. Yeah, no problem. And then she finds out that I'm there. She's like at work and she flips shit, man. She's like, how dare you go over there? Like that's such disrespect, da 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 da. And
she's fried, bro.
Yeah, dude. So stuff like that. And then, not to make the story too long.
Of course.
But, that stuff happened. I was there a couple weeks and dude, I started feeling like really like insecure, man. I was like, dude, like, does this chick even like.
Shit like that will make you feel insecure.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah, man.
Like,
you start questioning yourself, man. You feel like, dude, like, am I good enough? Like, am I man enough?
And there's guys that, and I'm assuming you ended that or it ended.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But there's also guys that just put up with that and they'll stick around.
Yeah.
Right?
The fortunate part was that like I got out
That's
early.
for sure.
It only lasted a few months.
You would have been just draining your bank account.
Yeah, man. But
Dudes,
like,
if you go to Colombia, just don't fall in love. It doesn't have to be love in Colombia. Like, you're not going there for love.
Guys, come on.
dude,
please.
Just slam hookers,
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
Bro, it's more common than you think. Like, and even outside of Colombia, this is happening right now here in Brickell, Miami.
Yeah, even in Miami.
There's guys that are losing their shirts just to keep up a lifestyle for a girl that doesn't care about them, right? And I think that is like the red flag is like, if the lifestyle matters too much right away,
right,
then that's the issue, right? She gotta like you for who you are first, not what you bring to the table, and then you gotta bring shit to the table, obviously, as a man, and you want to provide or whatever is one thing, but yeah, bro, Colombia, I can imagine could be a scary place. But I feel like you said, the tough part is once you feel so insecure about yourself, it's hard to ever gain that back. And then you're just like, you feel like you're not enough, and then you'll just end up staying with that person because it's like, oh, well, at least they like me to some extent.
yeah,
Or they're giving me attention to some extent or anything like that.
exactly, yeah.
Outside of like financial, like your health, did you like I always hear like guys gain weight when they get comfortable or, in a position, like, did you see any of that stuff?
Oh yeah, there goes the rest of the story. So,
okay.
So after that, like, all just went to shit. I was real down, man. I was like, cause like, dude, I put, it wasn't that much of time, but it was a lot of emotion and, money invested in hopes for the future. And so when all that like went to shit, she just blamed everything on me, typical thing that would happen. And, I didn't feel motivated to do much stuff, man. Like, honestly, I didn't feel like doing shit.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
honestly, like I was usually like, I was like ripped, had the 6-pack and stuff going on, training every day. And, I just started like falling off, man. And, started getting into like bad habits and lost a lot of clientele because of that.
Affected your business.
Yeah. I just didn't feel like the headspace, like I was in like the right mental to like, deal with all that. Usually,
work,
and then usually that was like therapeutic to me. Like I enjoy.
That was your gear time to be a stress reliever.
Yeah, like it's never felt like work to me, And it started just feeling like, man, this is just a pain. Like I don't want to do this, and like sometimes I'd be late or like cancel.
Yeah.
And then stop training, and I gained weight like super fast, man. Like I was like probably around like 155, and I got up to like 230.
Wow.
Yeah.
How fast?
Dude, it took me like maybe like 3-4 months.
80 pounds.
Yeah, man. I put on weight fast.
Damn.
So
thank God nobody threw you in a pool. You would have just sank to the bottom.
I don't know, man. I hear fat floats, so you see those seals. I think I'll still have been all right.
Yes, it's true. Manatee vibes.
Yeah, but so after that, man, like I had like stints where like I would try to kind of get back into training and stuff, man. But you know, it's still like that internal battle.
Yeah.
You have to face like your dark side, you know.
Yeah.
Of course.
This is there, and it's hard not to, you know,
demons.
lay in your own shit because it's easy to like stay that way.
Yeah.
And it was tough. And, you know, eventually, so that was like the summer of 2023. And then I was just like, man, I was making like $100 a week.
Okay.
I was so broke, man, like getting like overdraft fees. Honestly, my mom was like pretty much paying for everything.
Yeah.
Thanks. um, and so in October, I went to check out the Chicago Marathon, you know, see some friends that were running there. And I got to meet the world record holder, the guy that just set the world record in the marathon.
Cool. Wow.
Rest in peace, by the way. He died. Car accident.
Oh,
Crazy. Yeah.
wow.
Damn.
Yeah, he set the world record, and a few months later,
Fuck.
got taken on a car accident. But like starting to see like being around like that level of like greatness to start, you know, to inspire me. And then around December, I started selling life insurance.
Wow.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like I was just staring at a screen the whole time, and I was like, "Hi, my name is Nick, and I'm a certified life insurance agent in the state of da da da." And it's like you repeat it all day. I was like, it was brutal, man.
Yeah.
Like it's
And you were just doing that to make money at the time.
in a month I made 300.
Yeah.
So it was like nothing, dude.
Yeah.
It was bad. And so then comes the story to the viral video. In January, one day, like I just thought, man, like I'm gonna post this video. Me throwing these two kids in there, two little twins. And it's like, dude, it caught fire.
Yeah.
Like it just everybody saw it. Like I got requests for swimming from around the world.
Yeah.
Dubai, France, Brazil, here,
Wow.
California, everywhere, New York. It like went all over the place.
Damn.
And I jumped like 200K like followers. And so at the time, you know, so I didn't have much clientele in Tampa. So I was like, man, like I gotta make this. It was like survival mode. It's like I gotta do something, man, you know. So I started coming down here. That was in like beginning of February.
Okay.
So I started off by like coming on the weekends and seeing how it went. I was like, man, like there's potential here. Like I can make a lot of money. I was like, dude, I could make like a rack a day out here.
Wow.
And so for like the first 4 or 5 months, I would just sleep in the car. I say,
You come down here and sleep in the car.
Wow.
And you're just like doing like throughout the whole day lessons.
yeah, I'd sleep in the car, man. And that was like, man, that was kind of brutal too, man. I mean, if you can lay down everything flat, it's all right. It's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah.
And like, it was like trial and error, man. Cause like, man, I let the windows crack a little bit and then like mosquitoes would get in. So you're like torn up in the morning.
Yeah.
And eventually, you know, I got like a fan and stuff. So it started setting it up a little better. But yeah, I would just sleep in the car, man. And then, you know, I started picking up more and more. And so now like I'll get like a hotel. Say, you know, so
How
living
long
up
were
in the
you doing
world.
that? The sleeping in the car.
From like February to like May.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, this is why I love. This is the good side of social media, bro.
Yeah.
This is what I love hearing shit like that, where it's
Yeah.
like one video goes viral and that can literally change your life
Yeah.
for the better. Have you ever considered, like I know you said people were reaching out to you from like Dubai, France, Brazil. Like, have you ever considered like if someone wanted to fly you out to like train their kids, like would you do that?
Oh yeah, totally, man.
Yeah.
I was hoping like get like the Kardashians or something. You know?
Hey, listen, if you guys are seeing this, fly this man out, okay?
Yeah,
He's
they
gonna
got-
come train your kids. He's gonna set them up for life. Good or bad, they will be good with him. Okay, it's Coach Nick. Come on, bro.
So that was like that video was like the inspiration that you needed after that shit show with that girl.
Yeah, man. 'Cause it made me feel again like
Purpose. You had purpose. again.
and I felt like man, like I'm worth something.
Yeah.
Because it was like the girl would tell me like, you know, she would say like I'm an expert at like tearing somebody's like ego down, their self-confidence.
Holy fuck, bro.
And when she told me that, I was like, haha.
That's just
So, like,
evil,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, it was. Dude, like it was. So that's what she did. Like just tear it
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
She didn't like people like complimenting me or telling me that like good stuff.
But what usually happens is like you get torn down so much that you come back super strong.
Yeah. The Phoenix.
Now you're the swim god.
Yeah.
So even you mentioned like your mom helping you out and her giving you the idea even years ago. What do the people around you think now that they see like these viral videos, your social media presence, stuff like that? What are they saying now?
They're inspired, man, because, you know, I was like rock bottom, man. I wasn't doing anything. I would sleep all day and go out at night and have like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
That stuff's like shit for you, dude.
Of course.
I probably like spent like Dude, I don't know, a couple thousand on
Yeah,
that.
Taco Bell.
man.
That's a lot of Taco Bell.
Yeah, man, they should sponsor me, man.
You don't want that sponsorship.
Oh,
now
yeah, that's
anyway.
true. Yeah, never mind. Don't sponsor me. You guys.
Like how's the convo with your mom now? Like when she sees everything that you're doing, like millions of views, millions of an audience too.
She's proud and is happy because it's like she's like, okay, I'm like, my son's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
Like I was first born,
yeah,
and as a parent, you know, you want to know if like if anything happens to you, like your kids are gonna be all right.
Facts,
You know,
yeah.
and just I mean, seeing like your creation doing something that's like recognized like worldwide is like it feels good.
yeah.
But the journey of the success has not been so easy.
Of course, it
There's
never
been,
is.
like-
Though. Never is.
And I've been surprised as to like, man, like how much like obstacles there's been throughout the way. Like with the first that video that went viral, like I should have like before, like man, I wasn't doing like anything like getting people to sign waivers of like, hey, I can post this on social media.
True.
And since I had an issue with those parents like threatening me like legally, they're
the
like,
one
oh,
that blew up, the video that blew up.
So I didn't see a 250 million one on your page. Did you have to
'cause-
remove it?
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah, that was tough to remove it.
Fuck.
Yeah, because they try to come after
But
me.
you're learning about it, right? So now I guess
Yeah.
moving forward, now you're telling everyone, hey, is it okay if I do the video?
Yeah,
Or,
or that's not even enough. You gotta get it on like paper.
Yeah.
yeah,
sign.
yeah. You gotta get them to sign.
Because I had asked those parents before, and they're like, yeah, totally, post them.
Verbally, they said post it.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh no, now don't do it, because they're like, we feel like we're bad parents, because the comments. It's like, dude, fuck the comments. Like your kid can swim. Like
Yeah.
they'll never die.
Some people aren't made
drowning.
for social media, bro. That's why. Because
Yeah.
the comments is like people take that shit to heart.
You gotta get used to it, because now we're in like the internet era. That's
Yeah.
like that's how it is, you know.
Of course.
And you know that, and then actually, I had my dream was to monetize on social media, and I achieved it.
Did
and
ya?
like I did, like on Instagram, I made like 12K in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I was like, man, I never seen that much money like that quick.
How'd you make the money on Instagram?
The creators.
Creator thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's
Fun,
US here. That's like
Yeah.
American.
Even
only.
even on TikTok, I'm sure you're probably making some money on TikTok.
I actually haven't made anything off TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, because like they had the beta program, so they had to be like a minute long,
Okay.
Oh,
and I
true.
just, but you actually have to make it a minute and 1 second long, and so I had made some that were just like a minute,
Yeah.
and so they didn't count. It's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
so I was just more focused on the Instagram, and so made that money, but it's a little frustrating because it's very frustrating because you know I don't mind the comments. People can say what they want and stuff, man. Like I even gotten like death threats from people.
Like people actually messaging you, like,
Yeah, like we're
saying
gonna
they'll
get
kill you?
Yeah,
We're gonna get you.
yeah,
we're gonna get you?
Yeah, man. Some hood ass motherfuckers, man.
Really?
Probably can't swim. I take them in the water, dude. I take them in the water, man. They're done for, man.
Yo, you know what? You know what? I saw one of your captions and it said, you know, most of the drownings in children come from the black community.
It's true.
That's true.
It's true, dude. My experience is one is not part of like their culture.
Their culture.
Yeah.
True.
They just don't.
Cultural.
They don't do it.
True.
They can learn. It does. There's something genetically for sure going on that like it's harder for them,
Okay.
but they can still learn.
True.
And actually, pretty much all my clients are black.
Yeah. No, well, I saw even the Indian, right? Even the Indians as well.
Yeah.
That was just interesting. I just didn't know that. I was looking at all these stats before. I'm like, bro, you know how many kids drown? I didn't even know. Like millions around the world.
Yeah,
all
no, it's
children.
all the time, every day. Like I have people that work in hospitals that I train.
Yeah.
So every day somebody comes in like kid drowned. I don't know if you guys heard of Shaq Barrett,
No.
Buccaneers player up in Tampa.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, like I think his kid was like 2 or 3.
Oh, his kid drowned. Yes, I did see that.
And they
Yeah,
found him
yeah.
at the bottom of the pool,
Yeah.
just curled up, and
Oh my god.
That's it. it's like, dude, those things can be avoided so easy. Like you just if you'd have brought the kid to me. then
Well,
you
like I
just-
said, I was
God.
looking at
Fine.
I was looking at the stats and shit, and it was like, you know, 80% of them drowned in a pool,
Yeah.
like in their backyard. Fuck, man.
I had this lady that just started that she has a friend that had 2 kids, a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old. The 7-year-old drowned back in like the summer, and then a few months later, the 4-year-old drowned too. So both
Bro.
Oh
dead.
my god.
Bro,
That's tragic.
Just,
Yeah. And then
just close the pool, just you know, after the first time.
but even having a fence and having all these things
Doesn't matter, yeah.
It doesn't like there's so many scenarios that can happen that you wouldn't expect. You know, so many things in life happen that you don't expect. I didn't expect to get a video that 250 million views, you know.
true.
So like it can happen. Like they can fall right here, like in the ocean, man. Like it happens
You never know. Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
all the time. You can just
Well, I
Google.
think there's been a
it's
bunch
there.
of drownings in this river too.
Damn.
In the Miami River. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, not even kids. This is like people partying and stuff.
Well, I knew about this other lady I was training. She does like hair and stuff, and one of her clients was on a yacht, like
Yeah.
26-year-old dude,
Yeah.
and he fell off.
And he drowned.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know how to swim.
It's crazy, man. So it happens all the time.
Get your swim game up.
Yeah, man.
All right, before we get into the rapid fire, I want to ask you because you kind of talked about the last few years and how it's affected you and how you made changes and you know how you were down and now you're up. Do you regret anything?
Damn. You know, part of me is like, man, I wish I just like would have never experienced those things. But I believe that things happen for a reason. Like it's meant to happen. Like there were certain things in me that had to change, and the only way to get the new is to get rid of the old. You know, the old must die for the new to be reborn. And those examples are seen all the time in nature. You know, so death is only the beginning. And I felt a part of me had to die right there in order to get this
where you
point
are today.
Yeah.
True.
I fuck with that. It's facts.
All right, let's do some.
I think quick to that
Yeah.
point though is like everything can be seen in nature. I actually agree with that. Every lesson can be seen in its rawest form if you just look at nature, right? Whether that's, I mean, most of the time it's life and death. It's like I see all these people. It's funny when I think of viral videos. Like I go on X and I see these people think I'm crazy. I watch these videos of like these animals like
Oh, I love that shit.
like scrapping, and
I
then
love
like
it.
you know this baby
Deer.
gets eaten by an alligator or something, right? And,
Person's like, well, you're just gonna sit there and watch?
yeah, people are like, oh, you're just filming that? Like, why didn't you stop
Like, yeah,
it?
hold on. Let me just stop the alligator for a
No,
second.
but more to the point of like that's a part of life. That's nature, and like that deer, right? Its family around it, unfortunately, needed to see that happen to know like never to go into the pond or the lake or whatever, right? Like it's the harshest way to learn a lesson, but it's the rawest way to learn a lesson.
Yeah.
What is
Right?
it? It's called Nature's Raw. Isn't that the
Yeah, I think yeah. It's one of those accounts, anyways.
something like that?
Nature raw nature or something like that. Where it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
all these like crazy things. So I really agree with that point. I think it's a great way to put it. No one's ever said that on this podcast, that lessons can all be seen in nature. It's very true.
It's all there, man.
Yeah.
You see it everywhere. It's like
Facts.
sometimes it's rainy, sometimes there's sun, snow. Like
Yeah.
it's all
Seasons.
part of it. I think so. Andrew Tate had a good quote where he said he had to learn to dance in the rain,
Mm-hmm.
I like
know.
that.
and take it all in, because
Yeah.
there's gonna be there's always stuff that happens.
Yeah.
You gotta take that in strive. You know, like you saw like Tom Brady, he got cheated on by Giselle, man, with that karate guy.
Not the karate instructor.
Should have been the swim instructor
Don't
instead.
fall, don't
man.
fall in love.
I can't do that to Tom, man.
Don't fall in love in Colombia,
Yeah.
and don't let your girl take one-on-one karate lessons. All
Yeah,
right,
no,
those are
don't
the
do
two things
that,
you guys
man.
got to learn. Okay, hit him with the rapid fire. Let's go.
Money or fame?
Oh shit. Money.
Easy
Big-
answer.
Yeah.
Biggest regret.
Oh gosh, my biggest regret: getting fat.
Okay.
Fair. The hardest thing you've had to do.
Driving to Miami back and forth every week and sleeping in the car.
It's a tough thing to do.
One decision you made that changed your whole life.
Posting that video on Instagram.
Yeah.
Advice for anyone watching this right now that is inspired by you and maybe they want to change their ways, start a new social media, start a new business. What advice do you have for them?
My advice is that if you're good enough at what you do, like you'll make it, and people will see it. You gotta be consistent and know that there will be distractions along the way. You just have to keep your purpose like front. That's a priority. You do that, I think you'll be all right.
So we're doing this thing on the show now where every time we have a guest, we ask them to look into the camera and manifest something that they want in the next 1, 2, 3, 5 years, so that we can clip it back when it happens and say, you manifested it here. So let us know, let the audience know something you want to manifest for yourself in the next year, 2, 3, 5 years.
I would like to manifest having my own swim academy and potentially having, you know, different locations and making money online, which is having my own merch, maybe having a swim course, brand deals. That's what I want. And then after that, I can just dedicate myself to my training full time, you know, running, swimming. That's what I want.
I love that.
I like that.
I think-
Is Swim God? Is that going to be the?
Yeah.
Is that the brand?
Swim God Academy.
Nice. I rate
Plus-
that.
And I was thinking about like a cool logo would be like how like I just like throwing the kid in.
Dude, I love,
Just
like the NBA logo, but like
Yeah.
but a baby in the air.
You know?
Dude, that's
Exactly.
legendary.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
I think you're
rate
on
that.
pace, bro. I
I
think you're
rate
on
that. I
pace.
rate that. Well, listen, man. Before we end, obviously we are the MBH podcast. Money buys happiness. So, Coach, I want to know if you believe money buys happiness.
I do believe it.
Yeah.
It definitely does. I think anybody that says like to the contrary is because they don't have money. It's a way to cope. It's not everything. You do need other things because you can have money and then like your health is shit and stuff. But like if you have money, then you can invest into your health. You can, you know, treat your mom to nice things. You know, I take my mom to Whole Foods all the time. She loves it.
There you
Nice.
Your chocolate bars.
Yeah.
But, you know, you're able to do trips. It gives you freedom because money is power, and that's just the way that this world goes. Unless you want to live off grid, that's different.
I agree.
Guys,
I
if you
agree,
need
bro.
to learn how to swim, DM Coach Swim.
Yep.
All right. Bro. When I seen that, I died because usually you see like DM money, DM wealth, DM this. The first guy ever to say DM swim for swimming lessons.
legendary.
Iconic.
Legendary.
Iconic, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate you,
brother.
bro. It was a pleasure, man.
Thank you for all the gifts, by the
Yes.
way. We're about to get fat as fuck, but I'm down.
No, I
All
love it.
right?
Appreciate you, bro.
We'll see
Thank
you
you
in
so
Colombia,
much.
bro.
Yes. See you
And
then.
guys, Jay,